Hello and welcome to my mastering Orisa episode 4. Now this is going to be the game where I had my first competitive match on Orisa and it was super fun. So here's my stats leading up. I had about 8 hours game played and then 45 minutes of Orisa in competitive. Now this is actually my first game. The video we're about to see is my first game of Orisa. So I was really nervous. I didn't know what was gonna come of it. I just said, screw it. Alright, so here I've seen a lot in the Overwatch League. They like to take the high ground, the right side, and in top 500 games. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to utilize that. I'm gonna make it so like they have to aim 2 different directions, and it kind of worked here. Like, look, their Roadhog doesn't know where to be. He's like, oh, do I go right or do I deal with the flanks here? So I'm just trying to put out as much damage as possible. Utilizing my... I almost saved Roadhog there. Utilizing my cooldowns effectively. I do know... I kind of got a little tilted. Not necessarily tilted, but I was looking at the scoreboard too much. I was like... noticing that I was way higher on damage than my damage dealers, and that's one of my downfalls. I get a little tilted too quick, and yeah, that's something I need to work on. I didn't realize that my support just died. I didn't pay attention to that. I'm like, oopsie, I'm out of here. Kind of left the brig hanging there, but I'd rather not die and stagger. I don't know if I should have went through the mid cut right there, or if I going around that way was better. I'm still working on my decision making, but I know I had my ult. I decided I wanted to get aggressive on them, catch them out with my ult, and it got us a pick, but we lost our McCree, or our Cassidy in the meantime there. I saw Kiriko ulted, so I love Orisa with a Kiriko. I shoot super fast. So I'm going around picking people off. And yeah, that was a nice spear throw there. I know I'm the tank, but tanks just damage with more health, I'm supposed to be the front line, supposed to be in their face, killing their dudes. I'm trying to, stay with the payload, not get flanked, not get caught out. I'm waiting for him to hook, so yeah, like I can fortify there. I'm trying to spin most of their damage off. I realize, okay, they're being very aggressive. I'm being a little bit passive now that our Reaper's gone. I'm like, yeah, okay, this isn't good. Let's get back. We lost the Kiriko, lost our Reaper. I'm getting out of here. Regroup. I almost have my ult again. I'm getting a lot better with positioning, being around corners, not feeding too much ult charge by just standing in their face. Alright, so I got my ult. I see them all grouped up. I know they just Kiriko ulted, but it doesn't really matter. I take a lot less damage in my ult. I got a little too cocky here, and because their soldier just ulted, so he took out our Kiriko pretty quick. Alright, we're back in the fight, and it sucks that I just showed up and then Tracer just died, so you'll see that a lot in these low rank games, is staggering a lot. And here's where I started getting a lot more like tilted. I started talking to the team like, hey, can we get some damage in here? And I shouldn't have. I commend my support. His name is Toxic Tony. He was just a random. But he was like, hey, it's fine. Let's just regroup and, group up and try to catch them out. He was... I commend his spirit for this, and it actually untilted me. I was like, yeah, he's right. Let's get in there. Let's do this. So yeah, they just used a lot of ults to get us from that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like look at that. I have 6,000 damage. Look at the damage. And I'm just like, ooh. Alright, so they've pushed it 96 meters. And I start losing a little bit of hope. But then we get a few good ults, few good picks in. We're pushing this back. I don't know if our people swapped. I'm pretty sure Toxic Tony was Brig and now he's Lucio. But it feels like the swap from Tracer to Cassidy, that was the play we needed. Because he started popping up after that. And their Roadhog wasn't the greatest. I didn't even have a hard time with him at all. I didn't even really have a hard time with their DPS either. Okay, so this is probably the hardest spot for me to push, because they have that high ground. It's like, okay, where do I go? Do I sit close to this wall here? What do I do? I didn't really know, and then I see that they swapped to Zarya. I'm like, oh man, this guy really wants to win. Zarya's a really powerful pick right now. Yeah, I knew they were gonna send some ults in, so I'm trying to stay close to the wall here. Didn't realize that the Hanzo had come up from behind. Alright, just trying to deal with their flanks, keep them off of our supports. Killed Lucio there. Just trying to block Soldier's ult as much as possible. Bam. And I don't... Oh yeah, that stun on Zarya was... I shouldn't have done that, but I was just in the zone. I was like, yeah, we're pushing these guys back. And Kiriko ulted to stop the pull in, or not ulted, she did her invuln thing. And like, we were down. We had pushed it maybe 20 meters, and now we're catching up. We got 2 Kiriko ults going up against each other. I feel really powerful when I got that. I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible. I realize their Kiriko is flanking us somehow and getting a kill. I'm just like, wow, how'd you do that? How'd you get away with that, I mean? She keeps trying to contest as much as possible. She should have died here. I kept calling her out, and no one looked at her. Alright, but we're still pushing. Zarya ults, and I remember, okay, I can fort out of this. There's a lot of them. I'm like, maybe you should get back a bit. Ooh. They push back a bit, but like, look at my damage. I feel like I'm so powerful right now. Right here, we get 2 picks. I'm like, yep, game over. We win this. Like, 1 minute and 19 seconds left. They're 2 down. We can just push them back. Honestly, we shouldn't have been on the point right now. Like, we shouldn't have been pushing this robot back, but we were very confident. I knew I had my ult. I called out that Cassidy really low behind us. He got taken care of. I was letting them know that I have my ult and we can try to set something up. I'm being very... I was calling out the Zarya's bubbles on her. I was calling out, okay, Zarya, no personal, or she just used 1. She's got 1 left, and then after she used her second, then I called for a converge on her. I don't think it really happened that much, but here I know, okay, I better try to get the hell out of here. They chased me down, but the key thing is here, I got the forward spawn still, so I was able to get back pretty quick. And, oh, Kiriko ult to save the day here. I still don't know who I should be shooting at right now. That Lucio ult was pretty good. I'm like, you know what? Soldier's got out. I pinged him. Alright, I got him. After we started right here. I'm about to stun him against the wall, I'm pretty sure. Nope, never mind. No, he gets stuck right here. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is game over. GG. So yeah, very, very fun game. I felt like I was being pocketed by my supports a lot, and that helped a ton. And I was able to get a lot of damage out. But yeah, that was my first competitive game, and we were getting owned, and we came back. I realized I shouldn't be tilted. I shouldn't get tilted. Don't look at the scoreboard so much. It doesn't matter. Like, just play your game. Yeah. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by. This is episode 4 of Mastering Orisa. There's the next one is probably going to be my placement match for tank, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and have a happy Halloween. Take care.